Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome in. It's Myra Medhurst here coming to you live with 1 hour to go to the strike of midnight. I just make it in. Oh, it's so good to be here. This message came through last night as I was driving for 3 hours through the night under the beautiful Virgo full moon, and she was so big, she was so ripe. I just wanted to cuddle her. Well, maybe I did get to cuddle her because I ended up channeling and downloading so much in that late night drive last night. And I'm so excited to share it with you. There's some bits I'm able to share in here, and other parts are like, channeled for a masterpiece, which is going to get a high quality recording on some of the messages that came through, and then I'll let everyone know about that. But I think a bigger audience is going to know about the channeled message that came through last night. So welcome, beautiful souls. I've just finished and completed a 3-day, embodied speaker training workshop. I can even hear the tone and the vocal register of my voice is beautifully dropped deeper into my body. It feels so powerful. I sung last night for about an hour in the car non-stop, and my body was making songs and sounds it has never been able to make before. This was a real deep energetic immersion. This is not speaking in the professional strategy sales sense. I would call this a complete model for the new era of bringing through your message from the divine and embodying it and offering it as a gift to the audience as an energetic transmission. How do you put that on your Facebook page? I'm not sure. But this man, he's so talented. As a little surprise for the people that are attending the Vanuatu retreat later this year. I always fly in international guest speakers. For those who've never been to one of my retreats before, don't forget I ran a special events management business for over 10 years. My retreats are not just retreats. These are incredible live transmissions and experiences that are really quite theatrical and will take your breath away. They are simply life-changing. So this workshop, I came back, I was singing under the full Virgo moon, got back late last night, and I'm just, part of this message is what was channeled last night. But the speaker on the last day, he shared this story. We were working on the art of storytelling. And boy, do I have lots to say about storytelling. I might run with this theme because it all fits in with the Aquarian age. It all fits in with the energetic renaissance that we're going through. And the penny dropped. The penny dropped last night about why I'm sharing these messages and why I fully believe if you want to grow your business, if you want to grow your life, if you want to grow your magnetism, storytelling, it's what runs through our fibers of our DNA. It's the stories that we're telling ourselves or have not told ourselves. But the story he told me and the other group participants towards the end of yesterday, the close of this incredible experience, is a story that happened in Ukraine in 1932 under the order of Stalin. And there was this beautiful, beautiful group of people that are known. I'm going to have to look at the website because I've done deep research on this only today. Kobzars, they're called in Ukraine, but they're the bards. And the bards are the musicians. They're the storytellers. And under Stalin's order, because they know what they're doing, but the penny dropped for me, and I'm going to show you the whole flip side of how this goes. Under the order, he called in all the bards of Ukraine into Congress in 1932. You can look this up because I'm reading the page that you're going to look up. And he called them, and all the Soviet authorities called on all the Ukrainian Kobzarbs to attend the Congress in Kharkiv. Now, Kharkiv is now the second largest city of Ukraine. Those that arrived, so all the bards, all the storytellers, all the musicians, of all of those that arrived, they were then taken out to the city and all put to death. They were persecuted. And there are several accounts of this happening over and over again. So when I hear this, it's only natural for me to think of the persecution wound of the priestess and the burning witch years. Why is this so significant now when I'm saying we are in a Renaissance era? We are the rise of the bards again, the creatives. Storytelling is so important. I'm only just realizing this so much now. But the reason Stalin persecuted and put to death all the storytellers is because if you want to wipe out a culture, if you want to wipe out a history, if you want to wipe out the people and their connection to the land, their connection to their ancestors, their connection to their DNA, you stop telling the stories. You take out the storytellers and the musicians and the poets. And it hit me like a bolt of lightning last night under the full moon as I was singing and singing and singing in my car. And they did that when they burnt the Library of Alexandria. In that library, every woman has to know this, the burning of the Library of Alexandria. In that library were all of the songs and texts and scriptures of women's business. It was the women's library. It was the library of the ladies. And so that was a deliberate cut. If you take the feminine stories, our medicine, our botanicals, our understanding of cosmology, all that we knew that ran through our bodies, all that beautiful story that we had access to, they burnt the library. It's the same thing. And then we go into the burning witch years where they're like, well, we'll burn the bodies as well. And then I realized we are in this age of the untold story. This is a blank slate. This is a blank page. This is a blank canvas. And there are a lot of untold stories in my DNA. A lot. There's got to be at least another 50,000 untold stories through your DNA, your Akashic records. And so what are the untold stories that are running through your life, through your DNA, through your Akashic records, through your lineage of light, that we have not spoken to yet, that we have not aired out yet, that have not been written on the pages yet, that have not been sung out into the spheres again? because I have a lot of untold stories. I know it. They're all in my astral plane. They're in my dreams. Then when I wake up, it's like a massive treasure trove. I don't know who to share. I've got so many. It's like I can't even write a book fast enough. And you just like dip 1 inch of your fingernail in and it's like I get flooded with 1,000 storylines. That's how the quantum field works. It's multidimensional. I am so excited for Cosmic Rewrite. I am birthing it directly in front of you. If anyone is watching these lives sequentially, you will see how I work. There is so much magic in these lives. You want to know how I write a program? I write it like this. Through divine channeling, of being connected into the unified field, of sensing my golden path and allowing the pen, the hand of God, to come through and write it for me. The love is in the creation. The love is in the creating. If I could just speak to all of your hearts right now, love your life exactly where you are. Love it all right now. Rather than thinking it's a linear jump to where you want to be next, to what's on your vision board, it's not. Loving your life right now. And it expands into this feminine, beautiful golden light. And that expands more and more. And it gets more magnetic. And it goes that way. It goes that way. But Cosmic Rewrite is a masterclass that I'm birthing right now in front of you. I just know it's going to be 8 days. I know what it's titled, and each of these little snippets, I'm getting the frames. It's all going to be completely free, and it will be in this Facebook group, and it's completely going to reshape your reality. I know how to rescript DNA. I do it. No one taught me. I just worked it out. But the song lines are there, the storylines are there. And so what are the untold stories that we haven't even spoken yet? What are the songs that we have not even sung yet? I assure you, if you view your life with this level of gratitude, with this level of love, with this level of magic and flow and receivership, and just be a child. Be a child again in the infinite field of light. I assure you, you will get all your dreams. We're just trying to work it out through the mind. I know you want to grow your business. I know you want 10K months. I know you want your beautiful soul partner to be with you in the work that you do. I know you want to be healed and expanded and have your voice expressed. I know all that. I've always wanted that too for myself. But it's all in this now moment right now. And it begins with sharing the stories, again, that run through our blood. It runs through our bones. It runs through our ancestors. And we will not be silenced this time. Share all your untold stories and your dreams and your landscapes and your astral traveling with me. Pop them in the comments of what are the untold stories that you haven't even shared yet. I want to know the magical ones. Oh, and also I got this incredible other download about genie in the bottle. What that actually is. It ain't a genie in a bottle. I got something else to say on that, but I'm going to have to leave that for tomorrow night. Tomorrow's live. My dear sisters, I love you, but if you can just even journal, right? Journal tonight, blank page. I love a good blank page. And what are the untold stories that you just haven't even written yet? Because this planet and this humanity is ripe. It is so ripe for new storytellers, new bards. We are in the Renaissance era. You may not believe me, you're just going to have to trust me. You're just gonna have to trust me. But you watch it. There will be a rise of the creatives because it is the storyteller that goes first, and they weave the stories into the fabric of this reality. And that is what a leading lady of light is here to do. We know sorcery. We know spell casting. We know the magnificent stories through our Akashic remembrance of what is possible on this planet. And rather than moaning about it, rather than complaining, rather than talking about all of the existing stories that are currently on the planet, why don't you flip your journal over? This is mine. And start at a blank page. And start scripting and writing the stories that have not been shared yet, and they're the ones that you want to craft. Holy moly, I am so excited. This is huge. I see it as a total cosmic constellation reshaping itself. But I always see life through the cosmic lens. It's what I'm here to do. I will always relate life and reality and the human experience through the viewpoint of the stars. That's what I do. It's what I teach. I love you so much. This is really big information. If this is dropping for you, like, say yes. If this piece, I'm going to workshop this piece out. You're all going to experience it in the group. You can join for free. It's going to be across 8 days, but I'm going to show you how to do this, how you begin to tell the stories through your DNA. I've been doing it. That's how I got access to my Akashic records. That's how, from such a young age, I'm able to know about Atlantis and Lemuria before anyone, not anyone, that's rubbish, that's not true, before it hit mass consciousness. When I spoke the word priestess, the collective would hear the word princess. The word priestess was nearly erased from the English language. It was not in use. It takes a little bit of courage to even speak that word again 30 years ago. This was before female priests were even allowed in churches. Interesting how they call them female priests. Ever think about that? Because once the word got spoken, once the word priestess got spoken, it becomes a code to your DNA and your Akashic remembrance, and it hears the song of the word, and then everyone starts popping like popcorn. I'm a priestess. I remember that lineage, because of the spoken word, because some women actually had the courage to speak that word again. That's how powerful a word is. So if a word can be that powerful, like the word priestess, Imagine how powerful our stories can be now that we are back to tell them. Oh fuck, this is hot off the press. There is something astrologically and cosmically around this. This is not just because I've done a speaker workshop. That has been the gateway to it. But if any other woman in here is getting downloads around this, this is huge. This is not about writing a book. This is about speaking and singing our storylines again. And while we're at it, I might as well do it in front of 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, more million people. Why not? Let's just get the job done and start scripting and telling new stories. I'm getting so much around this. I'm so happy to share this with you. You are live in the transmission and the process and the magic as I'm bringing this to you. I love you. Whatever you do, whatever you do, whatever you do, please remember to follow your golden path. Good night.